All right. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Over the weekend, we had the big RonFez.net party. And let's face it, there was a lot of people who decided on Brooklyn, Greenpoint, Brooklyn. How was this a good idea? Where the hell are we? You can't, it's too far away from everything. It's a dangerous neighborhood. Literally, I was standing by the door and everybody who came in went, where the fuck are we? Every single person came in there with saucers in their eyes going, I thought I was going to get killed on the way here. Mike the teacher had the line that it looked like the wrong turn in Bonfire of the Vanities. I went a different direction. I thought it was in between Warriors and Escape from New York. It had that industrialized thing. But overall, I got to give it to Mikey Boy. And maybe it was because it was so odd to get there, but it turned out to be a really good party and everybody really enjoyed themselves.
I had an absolute blast.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. It was fun. There was a lot of old school people there, and it just turned into a great Christmas party.
Here was the old school of the old school. Hadn't seen him in years. The chairman came rolling in.
That was weird. That was like seeing a ghost.
And there was gas throughout the crowd and whispering, the chairman's here, the chairman's here.
Now, he was pretty loaded. He said, let me go out and tell the car I'm staying, and then I never saw him again. So, I honestly, as far as I could tell, he only came in for 1 minute. Yeah. Am I wrong about that?
No, when I got there, he was there like around 9:15 or 9:20. Yeah, I guess so.
And then left at like 9:21. He literally said, let me tell the car I'm staying, and he left, and I never saw him again.
Yeah, actually, you're dead on. He was in and out.
And he was hammered. He was just absolutely hammered. Now, he was the only guy I've seen in years with the old school Tuies. I don't even know where he got them from, and I'm not even bringing it up to anyone. Old school Tuies. But overall, great party, a lot of fun. A little disappointing. There was a beautiful woman there in a red dress who just sat up on top of the couch all night and never got up once. And I'm like, that's odd that she would act that way. And then later I found out, from what I heard, the rumor was that she had sat on some gum at a bar mitzvah and didn't want anybody to see gum on her ass.
Oh.
So she stayed down the entire night. The other thing I think is important, rock is dead. Rock and roll is done. It's history, and hip-hop has replaced it. Earl, I even saw you singing Gin and Juice that night.
I was singing a couple of songs that night.
But let's face it. Ron and Fez, we no longer have a white audience, and we have to adapt and go in with our urban audience that has embraced us. We need to embrace them back by getting rid of these stupid openings with buzzcocks, and we give them the music that they want to hear.
Well, I mean,
you never saw rock blow up a party like hip hop did that night.
Okay, but in rock's defense, you can't dance to it as much.
Well, that's why they hate it.
And so then when you hear, let me clear my throat, then everyone goes out and dances and has a good time. And you certainly can't dance to like the Piano Man or anything. But I feel, I don't
even think you're going to listen to the Piano Man. Dude, this is it. Why was it a great party? Because the people were blowing up. They were enjoying themselves. Solera did a dance that made me now understand how Alki lost his colon. There is no way a male could stay with that without a colon exploding. She was hilarious. That's my new thing.
Oh.
I just yell out hilarious like the guy on 30 Rock. But Earl, do you understand what I'm saying? You're an old-time rock guy. The rock thing is over.
It's totally over. And I'm the last guy to say it, but it was just everybody, whether you were hip, square.
Let me do it again. She was hilarious. That's all I got. That's as far as my impressions go.
But, heads are bobbing. People are people that I'd never seen dance before were up and dancing.
By that, you mean black people. Because white people weren't up and dancing. The blacks and Hispanics enjoyed the music very much. And the white people were on the fringes like 8th grade boys. And they just stood around like 8th grade boys.
Sipping your drink.
This is now our audience. Our audience is no longer white males.
Oh, I think you still have a few.
A few, and I'm not going to play to them anymore.
Okay.
I'm going to give the people what they want. They demand the hip hop, and I'm gonna deliver.
I mean, it's energetic. I agree with you on that point. I don't think you can just, because of one RonFez.net party, declare rock entirely dead.
No, that's how we roll now.
She is hilarious. And then, the following night, I went to that, and Fez, I'm not going to bust your balls about it, nightmare fucking thing that you gave me. And I saw a bunch of fucking elderly white people sitting, kneeling on such an asshole. They make an announcement, no standing up, no yelling things out while he plays. And if you leave, you're gone. If you got up to take a piss, you could not get back in.
No fun.
Between sets.
Basically, no fun.
And way uptown in a fucking place that was set up like the Who Cincinnati, where I'm not kidding you when I tell you, an hour and a half, we stood in the fucking cold to get into this. And I'm not going to say what kind of church it was because fucking Earl's here. But you know where I'm going. The mega church where we played. Unfucking believable crushing situation. White people trying to get through two little fucking doors for an hour and a half. To get into the place, then you couldn't fucking move at all.
Oh, no.
Because they had the beer thing set up where everybody was stuffed in before you could get in. It was a fucking nightmare. During my entire fucking marriage, 5 fights I've had with my wife, last night was the biggest ever. The doozy of fucking fights.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, see what Fez does?
He doesn't mean it? Well, I mean, I told him what not to do, but she was like, no, we're going. I even had one of my kids came in. I was fighting, which I never even fight with my kids. I'm going, why don't you go then? Because it's your present. Oh, fuck. So now we're doing the dinner tonight, Fez?
Uh-huh.
I'll get even.
Oh.
I will make this the most uncomfortable dinner. Well, first of all, there's no talking going on at the Bennington fucking Costa as it is now. That I will carry through the dinner. So look forward to that, Fezzy.
All right. Sorry about that.
What do you mean sorry? Your fucking punked bit worked. It worked. I've told you for 5 fucking years what not to do.
Right. And I didn't listen.
Yeah. Well,
it wasn't intended as a punked bit.
Dude, I don't want to fucking do it, all right?
Mm-hmm.
It fucking still happened after I asked not to. But anyway, it was a fucking nightmare last night. Why? Come on, we have to go. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Why do I have to do anything? What a nightmare. Why are you bringing it back up to me, Earl? Why are you doing that to me?
Oh, sorry.
You think I want to hear another fucking endless jam, a 23-minute jam? Like it's 73?
No, not at all. Not after that.
Do not yell out any songs. You weren't allowed to yell out a song.
Bullshit.
I've never fucking... I'm like, this guy was at Woodstock. Now no one can yell out?
And you can't... You couldn't even say, like, yeah, Neil!
No, you couldn't do anything. They would have fucking stormtroopers come by. And this... Oh, what a fucking night. So I don't know. I guess... Dave, I don't know. Until I get on my feet, I might be crashing over your house.
You can. You're more than invited. And I'm going to tell you this, Mr. B. I don't make the mistakes of others. You won't be getting any Christmas gifts from me.
Oh, I know that.
That's basically to not hassle your life.
Hey, tomorrow is Unmasked with John C. Riley. Your last chance to email, get in on the reservations. It's at 11 a.m. tomorrow, Comics Comedy Club, New York City, West 14th Street. You can be part of the audience by emailing xmunmasked@gmail.com. That's xmunmasked@gmail.com for John C. Riley tomorrow, 11 a.m. at Comics Comedy Club.
And I hope he said he was just exhausted, huh?
Yeah.
Like he's going to show up with a pillow and yawning.
Yeah, he looked really beat.
God. It's ridiculous. It's going to go terrible, huh, Earl?
I think you do a good job with it.
This is going to be like one of those Earl PSA fucking interviews you used to do. Tell us more about septic tanks.
Yeah, just the topics used to just be so, like, downer. Like, it was childhood cancer and all that stuff, and it was just like...
Were you for it or against it?
Against it.
All right, I didn't know. I had to ask. Why you get mad at me?
I'm not getting...
I didn't know there was ever a debate show on this. Childhood diseases.
Speaking of childhood diseases...
And we always are.
there's these things going on on New York City buses and billboards, and even in Sports Illustrated, of photos with children with cleft palates.
It's like the smile thing?
Yeah, it's from I believe it's called the Smile Train. And it's donate some money to help these kids, in third world countries fix their cleft palates. I have no problem with, maybe helping a charity and shit, but don't put these children, look, I don't want to be insensitive, but very disturbing looking children.
Hatchet faces.
Yeah, on buses where we can't look away. I was driving the other day behind a bus. I couldn't turn. I couldn't avoid my head. And this little fucking creepy kid is staring at me.
But he's not creepy on purpose. He was born that way, and he don't have the thing.
I sympathize.
You're driving like, oh God, I can't
It's
let this
horrible.
kid.
It's horrible. And why is this allowed? Why? You don't see posters of Iraqi war veterans, with who are missing a limb on a bus.
Well, that's because they have money taking care of them. This thing has been just about taken care of in this country. You never see Americans with this anymore,
right?
Because if a kid's born like that, they fix it immediately.
Yeah, but why not just tell us about the charity and don't fucking guilt us? And quite frankly, it's horrifying. We shouldn't have to put up with that. We shouldn't have to be able to. We can't walk around or drive around without seeing some little crazy kid, who looks like he should be from a comic book because he's so weird looking. It's very it hurts my soul.
Then why don't you give some money?
I'll give money if they take down the photos. I'll give money to help them out.
All right,
if they don't guilt us.
Let me see what this kid looks like.
Here's the picture from Sports Illustrated. It's from Sports Illustrated, so now I can't even turn the pages.
I'm looking at this, a kid with a cleft, and it looks like his tooth is coming out of his nose. I might be wrong here, but I think he looks fine. I don't want him to go change.
What?
He's got a nice, unique look, and I don't want him to change it.
It's horrible. It's horrifying, and I don't understand. People get mad if people get put
If
up.
this is my baby, I'd be like this. I'm gonna call you Triangle Mouth. Come here, Triangle Mouth.
That's horrible.
Come here, Triangle Mouth. You got your tooth on the outside of your lip. I love you.
You wouldn't say that.
Yeah, I would.
We get
His mouth looks like a nice triangle.
It's a terrible looking. You can keep that magazine.
I'm gonna get you, Eastside Dave.
I'm not
I'm gonna
looking.
bite you with my triangle mouth.
Why does he talk like that? It's disturbing.
I'll come to you when you see.
I really don't. I'm not just kidding around. I get
Help me! My mouth is cleft.
What?
You know who had one of these, cleft palate like that? Is River Phoenix's brother.
Yeah. Joaquin Phoenix has one.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I knew that.
I call him Rain, or whatever his real name was.
Leaf.
But see,
Thank you.
but
Rain is the sister.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
my point exactly. Joaquin. Oh, God. Please put it down.
I should walk the line.
Southern? Sounds like a Southern.
Walk the line, everyone.
Oh my God.
Seriously, when you look at this kid with the cleft mouth, would you ever get a blowjob from this kid?
No!
Why?
Why are you even asking that?
Let's just say you were in prison and there was no one else.
That goes against so many different things. Pedophilia being one. And
All right, let's suppose when he gets to be 19.
No, I'm not gay. And by the way, you brought up Joaquin Phoenix. He doesn't have to throw it in our faces every 2 seconds that he had a cleft palate. Joaquin Phoenix goes about his day with his regular mouth. That's all I ask is just make us aware of the charity and then don't put it in our faces.
Joe, you're on Ronnie Fez.
Hey, Dave, you really need to stop talking shit about cleft palates because you got a bun in the oven. And it'll come out fucked up.
Please listen closer.
Daddy.
Oh. I'm not against kids with cleft palates. I'm for the charity.
Tony, you're on Ronnie Fez.
Hey, Ronnie Fez, we call Stacey Keach had one of those cleft palates.
All right, let's face it. These cleft palate kids are fantastic actors.
Yeah, they are. But they stay out of show business until they're all fixed up. They don't have to be
You
in the
call this show
spotlight.
business?
No, it's not show
Sports
business.
Illustrated?
This is child star right here.
My point is, no, but don't everyone get misconstrued. I have sympathy for the kid. Okay, you're rubbing its tooth and it's really disturbed.
Just call him Toofy.
I'm not going to do that. I might throw up.
Toofy loves you. Toofy loves you.
Oh my God.
Mike, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Dave, what's going on? Listen, bad karma's a motherfucker, and right now, you are bathing in it.
All you guys have got karma wrong. You're thinking of instant karma. It doesn't happen that way. It's if he made somebody in front of someone with a cleft palate last lifetime.
Right.
You have to believe in multiple lifetimes before the karma thing comes around.
Yeah, and I'm not making fun of these kids. I'll go donate money. I just don't want to see their pictures on buses where I can't walk around New York without seeing this kid.
Why can't you just love him?
He haunts my dreams because
Triangle Mouth haunts you. Look at his eyes. This is a cute kid. And he's great to open up bottles.
Oh, man. And I'm not against these kids, by the way. Just...
Colin, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Dave, you got a problem with Cheech Marin? He got a cleft palate.
Look at Cheech. So many people.
Right.
George, you're on Run of Fez.
Yeah, what's up, Ronnie?
Hey.
Hey, the Predator, he has a cleft palate.
See, it's because in our country, we fix it very, very quickly.
Right.
But these kids are born in the bush or wherever.
I understand that there are problems in third world countries. They don't need to be advertised.
I would like to get a lot of these. My dream is that these third world countries will one day be second world. That's my biggest dream. I don't want them to pass us and become first world.
Well, that's a possibility. But that's not
I don't
my
want it
point.
to happen.
And how bad would you have to be to go fourth world?
I don't think there is one.
No.
Mars.
Oh, yeah.
Mars is fucking... Fourth world is you have no oxygen.
And I just want to make clear, if I had a kid with a cleft palate, I would love it just the same, but I would fix it.
I'd love it more. Because it needs more love.
And what I would not do is, take giant photographs of him and put them out for all the public to see. Because people are going to get a little bit, some people might get disturbed by it. I'm not saying the kid is a bad person or disgusting. It just might be a little disturbing. You wouldn't want to see other diseases on billboards, would you? Like, for instance, those cigarette commercials with the guy who's missing a throat. It's the same thing.
Here's Andy Trucker. You're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Dave, those are pretty bad, but have you seen the billboards of the trucks with the aborted fetuses on them? They got them from, 2 weeks all the way up to, 3 or 4 months, and those are 10 times worse than the cleft palate.
Now, are they hauling aborted fetuses? When I see that on the truck, I always think that's what they're hauling.
No, they're advertising for pro-life.
Fezzy, why don't you tell your dog story from the other day?
Oh, I'm walking down the sidewalk and...
All fucked up.
Well, and I see this big dog. The dog is huge, and it's laid out across the sidewalk, and the guy who's got the dog on the leash is leaning over it, and he's petting him. But the dog looks like it's unconscious on the sidewalk. So, in the neighborhood is where Skippy's vet is. So, so I told the guy, there's a really good vet just a few blocks from here if you need an animal hospital. With that, the dog lifts its head, growls, and bites at my leg. Bites my leg.
Now, I find out this story because my chick is walking down the street. She sees Fez, and Fez says, I just got bit by a dog.
That was the weirdest thing, that I saw her right after I got bit. That I had somebody to tell that to.
Well, if you're a dog, you're probably going to want to bite Fez.
What gives you the right to go up to homeless people and tell them that they should take their dog to a hospital?
I thought the dog was sick. I thought the dog got hurt. I didn't know if maybe he got hit by a car and he had it up on the sidewalk.
Were you trying to pet the dog?
No, I was just standing next to it. I didn't think the thing was going to move again. I thought it was dead already.
Sleeping. He doesn't.
And he goes, the dog's just resting. And with that, he snaps on my leg.
I love that dog.
Fortunately for me, I had Fat Boy sweatpants on, and I couldn't go through the skin.
You walk around town with sweatpants on?
Well, I had sweatpants. It was early Saturday morning. I didn't feel like putting on regular pants.
Were you going to the gym?
No, I wasn't.
Were you in a softball game?
No.
Then this is bad. Just you're walking around town in sweatpants.
Getting bitten by dogs.
That's a fucking, what's his name's joke that used to be with us?
Harry,
yeah. Harry T joke.
He gave up on pants, Fez did.
Just for one morning.
No one has less understanding of animals than Fez.
First of all,
why he ever adopted a cat?
I know. And it's impossible to get bit by a dog in New York.
I know, so now I'm just nervous passing any dog on the sidewalk.
But did you get a rabies shot? Because now, not only do you have cat brain, but you might...
No, I'm sure it's fine because he mostly got sweatpants. It just kind of pinched my skin and didn't break it.
That's the worst kind. They pinch.
That's all it takes is a pinch.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, I guess he's well enough to bite.
That put him in his place.
So now you stop being mad at the guy?
Well, yeah. I was just trying to help. I thought the dog was seriously injured.
He's sleeping.
And it was a big thing, matted fur.
Can I tell you something?
It had a harness on its
I know
hips.
where the fucking where you're at. That dog is there all the time. The guy's using that dog to get money from people.
Oh.
You act like you just came in through the tunnel. Fucking, you might as well be walking down the street with a balloon. Because you're a fucking, just a hayseed.
I had never seen the dog gimmick before.
What are you always doing in my neighborhood? You don't live there.
No, but I go, the store's over there, my doctor's over there.
Why? Why do you live on that island and then you want to be an Upper East Side guy?
Well, the island is, it was convenience when I moved. It was what I knew.
Convenient, no shopping. And you can't catch a cab.
Right.
And you have to, and you're surrounded by water. That's convenience.
So I'm like, I will never approach another strange dog again. That thing could have really latched onto me. It was big enough to take my ankle off.
You know what kind of dog it was?
Nah, it was some long-haired thing. It had really long, matted hair. It was all white.
Some fucking homeless dog. It's a mutt. What do you expect the guy to have? I tell you what kind of dog, but we would call it my neighborhood, but Earl's here.
Oh.
What's another name for it, Earl? What would you call a dog like that was just running around without an owner?
I can't.
Looked like nobody took care of it.
We always just called it a mutt, but I'm not going to use the other word.
What was the other word?
It rhymes with trigger.
That's what you would call it? What? You would call it that in your own neighborhood?
Why would you call it that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You would call it an N dog.
Yep.
See, I didn't know it was that universal.
He didn't even put dog at the end of it.
No.
That's why I was like, what? He just called the N-word.
What? It was Corona. It was the late 70s, early 80s. I'm not saying we were the most refined people in the world.
Why don't you ever try to move out then, Earl? Why are you still hanging out in Queens?
Well, I love Queens. Not that particular. I mean, Corona was my
I remember 2 years ago you said, I will live in Manhattan.
He has the money. He has to have the money.
He's never spent a dime.
Yeah. He steals tips off the table.
All you need is a fucking cot for this room, and it's better than your house.
Actually, my apartment's about, if you put a wall where this back area is, that would probably be about the size of my apartment.
That's great for people listening. If you put a wall where this back area is. Do you have a TV set, or you still listen to an old radio?
I have a television.
There's not like a TV room in the building?
Does the fucking train run 2 fucking feet from your thing like Blues Brothers? I didn't picture you in the Blues Brothers apartment.
No, I'm not near the subway.
That's my bed, you sleaze.
That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good fucking callback.
That's the only one I know from that movie. I love Dan Aykroyd in that film.
You did?
Yeah.
He was your favorite Blues Brother. Dan Aykroyd.
I loved Belushi more,
Yeah.
but I loved Aykroyd as well.
And then when it's Rolling Stone, you were always a big Bill Wyman fan. Oh,
Yeah.
he's my favorite Stone.
It was cool. It's kind of like the silent but deadly Rolling Stone.
I'm telling you, we're barely getting out of this 07. We're getting bit by dogs.
It's awful.
Bruises. I got the bruise. Earl got his mental problems.
So, Fez, you got a Christmas present to make up for me for this other one?
Well, I'll get you one.
Yeah. You got till, what, 5 tonight?
Yeah. Boy, that's kind of quick.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can have it tonight.
Why don't you just write me a check?
I'll do that.
Make it have a lot of zeros. Make it be so big I go, Oh, you can't. This will ruin you. And I don't even know if that can make up for it. I've never had I can't remember the last time my chick and I have had an argument. I'm really fucking thrown by it.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to give you enough money, and then maybe you can, I don't know, take her out to dinner or something. I don't know.
I don't even think she wants to talk to me again.
Great, Fez.
We're at that point now. And you're not used to this. No one's on the dad side. Dave, you're going to have to get used to that. No,
I can see that coming.
Think of like your own parents. You're never like, I'm with dad on this.
That's true.
You know, because you look like a maniac when you're yelling. I did not want to fucking go to the show.
You're tired, too. It's a Sunday night.
How many years have I said to you, Fez, don't get me tickets?
Every year I've gotten you tickets.
Why do you do it? Is it passive-aggressive?
No, it's not passive-aggressive at all. I hope you believe me on that.
No, I don't. I swear to God, I do not.
Because I always thought it was like a bad choice of tickets, not the tickets itself.
How many times do I say I don't want to be fucking booked? I want to go where I want to go, when I want to do it. You know how I feel when anything's fucking lingering in the future. It always annoys me. Here's Nate. Nate, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I thought Earl never used the N-word.
Earl, what about that?
Use the N-word. I was quoting the name of of those stray dogs that people in the neighborhood used to give them. I would never. I don't think I've ever used the word maliciously at all. I mean, but I just hate the word. I just don't like using it. I think
you've used it non-maliciously.
Well, in cases where I quote it, it's a quote or
"Happy birthday, N-word."
No, not like that. Not at all.
You ever say that?
No. It's a horrible, horrible word in my opinion.
Worst word ever?
I don't know about worst word ever, but for people of color, for me, in my opinion, for people of color, that's the worst thing you can call a black person.
What's the best thing?
I don't know.
Friend. Friend. Why is everything black and white with you?
Everything is black and white. I mean,
it's not to me though.
What?
Now, when you were at the Ron and Fez party the other night, did we not have such so many different types of people?
Oh yeah,
everybody's together. We have white people, Latin people. We have Jewish people. We have people from Idaho.
Yeah,
Idaho. They came in from.
Right. One guy was from Minnesota. Showed up at the party.
Oh, he's a big fan of O&E. Oh yeah, they're good. Oh yeah, they're good. O&E. Just makes me laugh the way they say O&A. They can't say, you can't say the name of the show that you love. You can't say O&A. O&E, O&E. So, Earl, you can't worry about things.
And I don't want to worry about things, but it keeps constantly getting thrown back at me for some reason.
Never. We never even bring it up here.
But I'll give you a perfect case.
I don't see color. I only see lip size. That's the only thing with me. That's my measure of a man.
That's how you categorize things. Big deal. Big deal. What?
I only go by nostril circumference. That's it for me.
Patrick Ewing.
What were you saying, Earl? I forgot.
Yesterday was the perfect example. There's a clothing outlet right next, about 10 minutes from my apartment, and I needed a new coat, and I walk in. The second I walk into the place, and the place is fairly crowded, and I walk in, and the one of the sales guys, he just he looked me up and down, and because I had I didn't have my regular coat on, and he pounces on me like really like if I'm gonna steal something. He's like, "Can I help you with something? Hey, let me show you all that." I mean, just almost immediately, and I'm like, and I've shopped at this place before.
But why is that a bad thing? Why could I see that as service?
No, it was a new.
I see it as service. You were saying he doesn't trust you.
The vibe that he gave completely was distrust because it wasn't my regular guy. It was a new guy.
But how do you know that's the vibe?
And I don't know.
Like I am not crazy about can I help you? Can I help you either? I like to look around myself. So I go like this. No, I'm gonna fucking look around. No matter what, if I know exactly what I want, I still want to acclimate myself to the store and then come back to him. But I don't take it as harshly as you do, Earl.
No, and I said that because I knew exactly what I wanted, and I said no, thank you. I pretty much know what I want, and I start to walk back, and I know exactly what I want to get, and I turn around, he's right behind me. I mean, like literally less than 2 feet behind me. And he's like, we could show you some coats. And I'm like, I said, that's really okay. I know exactly what I want. And he was just on me.
So what he thought you were a coat stealer?
I mean, just to give off this vibe, I'm like, and I almost snapped. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I just can't do it.
But I mean, he did not call you a name. All he said is, can I help you?
Yes, I understand that part of it, but I'm telling you right now,
I think you're a little defensive.
I'm paranoid.
All right, now, Letitia, am I wrong about that, or is Earl right? I'm willing to be open-minded about it.
I mean, I've been followed and stuff before, but I think in Earl's case, he's being just defensive. It doesn't sound.
Now, I always hear from black friends that they hate hearing that ping, ping thing goes off in department stores. But I hear it all the time, too. And I don't think that I'm being followed. I don't even know what that sound means. But black people swear that means black person entered the store. Ping, ping. And I hear that, and I go, but I hear that. I don't even think it has shit to do with me. And I hear it every time I'm in a store. I think maybe, Earl, you're a little paranoid. Well, I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know what it's like to walk around being a black man.
I remember when I was in high school, my brother and I would go. We'd go
make out?
No, we didn't make out.
You went to the prom together.
We did not go to the prom together. But when we would go clothes shopping for school, that same exact thing would be happening. We would just be constantly.
But
surveilled.
it happens fucking to me. I swear to God, if I walk in the store, they go, "Can I help you? Can I help you?" And I don't think they mean that I'm trying to steal stuff. I think they mean, I want to make the sale. I want to make the sale. And I find it annoying, Earl, like you do, because I like a little bit less stress-free shopping. But I don't think that they think I'm trying to steal shit.
And the thing that bothered me was, I knew I'm walking out with a purchase. I had every intention of buying
But
something.
did the guy say, "Can I help you"?
Yeah, when I first walked in, I said, "No, thanks. I know exactly what I want. Thank you." And I said it twice. I said, "Thank you." And then I start to walk back to where the overcoats are. And then for some reason, I just turned around, and he's walking right behind me. And then I went, okay, now he thinks I'm going to try to lift something. Because I had jeans on or whatever it was, but I had a parka and not my usual overcoat. I had and I just kind of looked a little runny because I was home all day and I just wanted to run out quick and grab something. But when that happened, I was like, okay, he honestly believes that I'm trying to lift something here.
Do you think did the guy thought he was trying to steal?
No, I think the guy was. All these salespeople are being watched with cameras and everything, so they could get drilled into their heads. Be friendly and make sure you talk to the customers a lot, and that's what they do. That's all he was doing. Even sometimes it's happened to me where the guy keeps saying, "Hey, can I help you with something?" That's their job.
Yeah, and I agree that I'd rather not do it, but it does happen to me. And I don't think they think I'm trying to steal. I think they're trying to make purchases happen during their fucking that they get them before anyone else. It's like when you walk on a car lot. Those motherfuckers will come at you from every which way. Now Earl thinks they think I'm here to steal a car.
Yeah, they're sharks.
They're radio sharks. Here is Steve. You're on Run Fest.
Hey, buddies. Earl, relax, man. The guy's just trying to make a little commission. It happens to me all the time, and I'm a white dude. No big deal.
Matt, you're on Run Fest.
Yeah, same thing as the last guy. I was in the mall this weekend. It's just an overeager salesman. If he doesn't assist you and a cashier simply rings you up, nobody gets a commission. It's a house sale, so nobody will get commission. You just want to make some money off you, Earl.
But there were other people in the store, many of whom, I will admit, were white, and they were being completely left alone. Completely left alone.
Yeah, but you didn't see them come in. They might have got the same routine when you get there. Now, if I owned a store, and I saw people coming in, let's say Fez and Dave were my salesmen, and they weren't trying to fucking make sales, I'd be like, what am I paying you guys for? Fucking grab these people. And if the guy buy pants, get a shirt with those pants. I'd be fucking working the rubes too.
Yeah, but he addressed him. He addressed it. He's like, "Is there anything I can help you with?" And I said, "No, thank you. I know exactly what I want." And I was gonna be in there maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know, but you're telling the same story over and over, and you're not listening to what we're saying. The guy sees you, and he figures he's going to make whatever his commission's going to be off that coat. That's it. That's all he cares about is money. Jesse, you're on Fez.
Yeah, Earl, I got a question for you. You're bitching and complaining this guy was all over you when you're trying to browse the store and make a sale. But you'd be on the radio bitching and yelling if nobody came over to you to make a sale. What's the deal?
Well, I knew what I wanted walking into the place. I mean, now it's a whole other story if I'm asking for help and guys
But
are
I'm
blowing
saying
me
it
off.
happens to me too. And I think it's more like they're just trying to fucking sell shit. Now, do you ever hear those pings and get in like a big department store and get paranoid?
Yeah.
Because black people are always paranoid. I would love to, because I don't know. I never worked in a department store. But if anyone knows what those little pings mean, black people swear it means a black person is just walking through the air, which I'm sure they couldn't get away with. But I don't know what else it means. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Here is Clint. Clint, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, yeah, Ron, I was just wondering what your opinion was on when people flirt to make a sale. Like, me and my buddy had a girl just up in our grill just about, trying to sell us shit. Then my buddy's like, hey, is that a wedding ring? She's like, yeah. He's like, stop fucking flirting with her.
What's your buddy, a fucking gay guy? Let her flirt a little bit. I always give the same line. You don't know who you're fucking with. Because you will get fucking pounded. I had to tell a young lady that at the Christmas party the other night. Don't fucking come over here and rub it on my leg. You're in the deep end of the pool now. You're in the deep end of the pool. You better be able to swim, honey. Because I don't fucking play the games. Ping! Earl's here.
I think that ping could be for everybody, but I'm not exactly sure about it.
Sean, you're on Fez.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, I own a few cell phone stores, and I can tell you this, and I'm not making a racist statement at all. Black people, generally speaking, are easier to sell.
Now, why is that?
I don't know. They're just easier to come out of pocket. Whether it be credit, whether it be money, and it's just the way it is.
Earl, do you think that's true or false?
I don't think that's true at all. I think you have to work them a lot harder.
No way, Earl. Sorry, buddy.
I know if there's something new, black people want it. I don't give a shit what the gadget is. Black people want it right away.
Yeah. And they love shoes.
First of all, is there any fucking use at all in the world for rims? Or for a giant fucking diamond initial? You're never gonna see a CEO, no matter how much money he makes, with a giant R. That's my fucking name. Starts with R, everybody. It's fucking crazy. And anybody you see, Mayor Weather was on. See this ring, $200,000. This one, $400,000. You'll never see a white person outside of Elvis holding up a ring for people to see. And I hate to say it, Earl, but he has as much in him as anybody else. You ought to check that fucking bloodline. You can take full credit for Elvis. Mike, you're on Fez.
Yeah, Ron, that's the pings that you hear in the department store. That's just a way for the store to keep from irritating you with whose phone calls. Those actually mean departments and employees.
So it does not mean there's a black in the area.
Not at all. They employees. If you watch employees, they'll listen to that and they'll know to pick up a phone or whatever.
All right, big ass prize closet for you, my friend. Here is Dave. Dave, you're on Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Every time I'm in a department store with my black friend, whenever you hear, go over the loudspeaker, you hear, security, check camera 12 and 4. He swears they're following him around. Every store we go in, he swears they're just...
And Earl, you feel like you get followed too, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm just completely... In that instance, I was just like, okay, maybe... I thought he was being cool, and then
But how about all the time? Not just the one situation you keep retelling the whole story over and over, and nothing happened, by the way. And he has repeated it over and over.
Like with Macy's, always. And that's
Earl,
specifically.
you're a suspicious-looking character. You're dressed all... Forget about your skin color. You're dressed all in black. You wear black sunglasses and have a Bluetooth. You look weird.
You look like Columbine.
You do.
You look like rerun Columbine, if I had a nickname for you.
Well, I mean, but I'm just I'm like anyone else. I'm your average consumer.
No, you're in camouflage all
I'm
the
just
time.
your average Joe wearing a long black coat that could be holding a machine gun underneath of it.
With sunglasses, indoors. I've seen him do that several times.
You look like the Matrix. You look like you should be part of the Matrix gang.
Morpheus Douglas. But when we went to Africa,
I forgot that fucking guy's name. I am Morpheus. Why do you gotta fucking talk like this? Welcome to the What are you doing talking that way?
All those
There's no
names.
fucking reason for it, Morpheus.
All those names actually sucked when you think about it. Neo and Trinity.
Neo meant one.
Yeah, whatever. But when Earl and I went into Abercrombie and Fitch, he had his sunglasses on, his Bluetooth in his ear.
What were you guys doing in there?
Talking. He wanted me. I've said this. He wanted me to see the cashiers.
Male models?
No, he's like, the girls are so hot in Abercrombie and Fitch. I'm like, Earl, I actually rent hardcore porn. I don't need to go to a department store.
You rent it? You don't even buy it, you cheap fuck?
I rent it. Sure, I rent it. Why not?
Yes, I'll have this porn back in 2 days.
Hey, no.
Thank you, sir.
I keep it for a week or so, and then I give it back. What's wrong with that? You don't get bored that way.
How can I help you with your porn, sir? What are you looking for today?
Leave me alone.
Some ass-to-mouth action?
He's just being paranoid, you know?
Have you ever felt like you were being followed around the store before, Dave?
No, honestly,
Me
I
neither.
haven't. I haven't felt like that.
The only thing I see is that they trying to make money.
And I've shoplifted before, so...
You should be followed.
Yeah.
Now, I have felt like I was followed around a casino before, but I was fucking whacked.
That's a kind of a different story, no? Like a casino, they need to keep their eye
Well, they're
on
watching
people.
everybody all the
Yeah.
time.
Right. So, and they're going to keep their eye out for riffraffs.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you start winning in the casino, they're watching you.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the guy comes over. Yes, we'd like to give you a room. Why? We don't want you to leave with that money. And here's some drinks. Get fucked up and keep gambling. And by the way, why are 3 of you going into a stall together? 3 grown men sharing a stall. And then going back to the sports book. Here's Matt. Matt, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, I just had to call you out. You said no CEO would ever wear a diamond initial. Jay-Z is the CEO of Def Jam Records, and he wears a diamond R, stands for Rockefeller. Just had to call
That's
you out.
not even his name.
But it's an initial for the company that he's the CEO of.
Well, do me a favor, Matt. Call me back with Jay-Z fun facts whenever you fucking read Vibe magazine or whatever it is, all right? And you fucking call me.
I will.
Here's Matt. Matt, you're on Run Fez.
Well, what was the point of that guy's call? 2 quick points, guys. First off, my girl, she runs a couple of stores, and the employees of these stores are told to greet people, one, because a lot of people take offense to not being greeted when they first walk in the store. And number 2, for the people who do plan on shoplifting, they're greeted promptly when they walk in, so they kind of have it in the back of their mind that they're being watched.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Now, Patrice gave me, like, the reverse racism thing when I did the mass with him, because he was saying that he likes me because I don't go out of my way to talk to him. I just hey, but he says because he's a large black guy, people are always like, hey, how are you? Great to see you. And he knows that that's being done almost out of fear. Like, they're not greeting everyone that way.
Yeah.
But so they're all like, you look fantastic. Now, do you ever get that, Earl? People acting too happy to see it?
I had that when I would like go to clubs or something like that, or places like that. All the time I would get just the nod. I would just be like, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, hey, all right, how you doing? And I'll be your friends. They're like, who was that? I'm like, I have no idea.
But people are just trying to say, I acknowledge you as being a black guy. I acknowledge you, you're black.
I have to say, I'm guilty of this. The 4 or 5 days ago, I was in the subway, and this like black guy was standing next to me. He was probably talking to himself, but the subway was stalled. He's like, "Shit, they never have the subway going on time." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know what you mean. I know it's always late.
We're all in this together."
Yeah, it was just like it was so fucking apparent.
No sense to start shooting each other. Let's just wait. Yeah, the man sucks. I'm with you.
I know. They're never on time. It was so
Well,
obvious.
I tried to. I forget who a guest we had in here recently, but whenever he would mention like a black person, he would look over at Lou Dobbs. Yeah, so Lou Dobbs would be in here talking to me, and he'd be like, like so many great leaders. Martin Luther King, and he would look over, and then he would go back to talking, and then he would go, Willie Mays, and it was like Earl was only interested in hearing black things, and Earl does perk up a little bit if he hears a black person mentioned. That part of it was true.
I did that.
Yeah.
No, I did it.
Why? Yes, thanks for including me.
Thank you, Lou.
Obama. OJ.
Did he actually do the point? Did he actually point at Earl?
No, but he did.
Oh.
He did nod his head over and made it very obvious that here's something that you may find interesting. I know about some black. He's like, and then there's also pig's feet, crack cocaine, anything that could keep Earl's interest. So on a given day, Earl, how much prejudice or racism do you think that you feel? Any given day.
On a percentage, I would say 50%.
Half the day you feel like you're dealing with some amount of racism.
Yes.
Wow. Well, that's staggering. But do you? I mean, it's to me it sometimes sounds like a little bit of paranoia. I mean, where's the proof in that?
It's so implied. It's just implied. That's it. I mean, you just like.
Do you remember a book? I think you had to read it when you were a kid called Black Like Me.
Yeah.
Do you remember that book?
I remember the book. Yeah.
I forgot all about it. I read it when I was like in 7th grade. But it was a white guy, and he actually, and this was during the 60s, I guess, when the book was written. So he had like a face tan put on and kinked his hair and went around to see how he was treated. And he saw the world totally differently. I remember there was even a stupid fucking show last year that a white family got black.
Oh,
And,
yeah. On Fox or something.
Yeah, it was really terrible.
Right.
But the point is, you really don't know until you walk in somebody else's shoes. Now, the rest of us act like there's no such thing as prejudice. But when we were just saying the other night, Brooklyn, we were basically saying black neighborhood. We're saying rough neighborhood.
Right.
But what we really meant to say was black neighborhood.
Yeah. My mom always asks me, like, do you go out to any of the, the supermarkets, buy where you live? I'm like, no, it's a kind of a seedy neighborhood.
Now, what do you guys do? Just order out?
We get Fresh Direct. Is a website.
Your neighborhood is so rough that you're afraid to get fucking food?
Yeah.
Do you go to any restaurants in your neighborhood?
I go to some of the restaurants in the good parts of where I live. But like there are department stores like Targets and stuff, and unless we're really desperate for something, I try to avoid those altogether.
And your chick doesn't go out on her own, right?
No, usually not.
Then you got to get her out of that neighborhood, brother. I mean, you here's the deal.
Well, she doesn't go out at night. In the daytime, she feels okay to go out. But at nighttime, she has been, sometimes they've been like, hey, look at this white woman walking around. It's true, Earl. Don't look. I mean, she's had like a few
Earl,
run-ins.
you think it's not true?
I don't think it's not that have guys standing at the corner drinking wine, leering at your wife.
That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen in the fucking city.
Earl,
black people don't fucking yell out shit at people.
Oh, they did, Earl. Because I have to walk her dog at night, right? So I'm walking the dog. It's this little Pomeranian, so let's face it, it does kind of look like a chick dog, It's a feminine dog to have. And I'm walking the dog, and I pass by a bodega, and these three guys were standing on the corner, and they're like, dude, and they're like, that dog is so fucking gay. And they basically called me, whatever, pussy, because I had to walk
What'd you
the
say
dog.
back?
Get me across the street. I went on my merry way. I didn't say anything. I had my iPod on the time, and I was pretending
Here,
like...
Take my free coat.
Like,
All right, we got a break here. We haven't broke yet. We'll be right back. Ron Fez.